Have you ever desired how to build a professional HR analytics dashboard in Microsoft Excel? If yes, then in this video, I'm going to guide you step by step through the entire process of creating an HR dashboard that transforms raw employee data into meaningful insights. So if you want to learn how to create this dashboard, you can click on the link in my bio. It will send you straight to my YouTube link and you get full access to the full video for free. But don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment. Stay tuned. Welcome to Excel Made Easy. In this video, we are going to learn how to create an HR analytics dashboard. Yes, you heard me right. An HR analytics dashboard. And this will come in handy for administrators, for people who are heading schools, those who work in the office. It's going to come in hand for you. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment, to put me on post notification. If there's anything that you want me to do for you, please put it in the comment section and we'll solve it out. So currently, in order to begin with our analytics dashboard, we need 3 sheets. One sheet for the database where the data will be, then the other sheet for the settings. I will explain that. And the last sheet for the where we will see the dashboard, the main or the interface of the information. So when you look at my Excel file, you have sheet 1 here. So I'll name this sheet dashboard. Dashboard. Then I'll press on this plus sign to add another sheet. And I'll name this sheet, let's say the database, where we'll have all the data of the employees. We'll be doing some automations there also. Then we'll have the last one, I'll call it settings, which I will explain about that one. Or we can even name it analysis. But let's limit settings for now. So in order to begin with our dashboard, as for the dashboard, that's the last thing that we'll do. The first thing is to get what? A database. A data that will contain your employees' personal information. So we are going to do certain kinds of information. I will show you how to input formulas that will make things easier for you. To begin, we'll start with our database, where the database contains the data of our employees. So I'm going to create certain columns. I'm going to input certain formulas that will automatically calculate the age, the retirement age, and that will also automatically calculate the remaining years of service. You get it? And the years of service the person has spent in the organization. I'll show you how to input formulas to calculate all these things. So now let's try and start with our database or create our tables now. So I'll name this side employee or employee name. Employee name. Then after the employee name, I think I will need the job title of the employee. So the job title. Then I'll need the staff ID also. The staff ID also, we need it. Then I think we also need the date of birth of the employees. So date of birth of the employees. Then we also need the hire date, when you hired the employee. Hire date. Then once after hire date, we also need the retirement date, when the employee will retire. Then the current age also. Calculate for current age of the employee. How old is the person? Then we also need the remaining years of service. If, for instance, we have the person is supposed to retire at 60 years and the person is 40 years, you realize that it is left with the person's 20 years. So if we want to know the remaining years of service, we also need that kind of info here, which will be calculated automatically. Then after the remaining years of service, I think another data that we need the gender. We need gender. Then we will need the years of service. How many years the employee has worked in your organization. So I can honor those who have spent a lot of time in the organization. So I think these are the columns I'll be creating for now. Yeah, these are the columns I'll be creating for now. So let's try and edit it. We'll bold the information, the headings. Yeah, we'll bold them. Make sure. I think here should be retirement date rather. Yeah. Everything. I'm just designing the table. Then I can highlight it to any number I want. Let me do it to 500. So I go to apply border lines. I go to apply border lines. So you come to home tab. Then the borders, you select all borders. Once you click on all borders, you realize that there are now lines exactly. So this is what I'm trying to talk about that. I want to see, but these are called border lines. But the faint ones are called grid lines. So know the difference between grid lines and border lines. You can also turn the grid lines off by coming to the view tab. You can uncheck it. Once you uncheck it, you realize that it's off. Once I check it, you realize that it comes back again. So those are grid lines. So we have grid lines and border lines. You can also apply some formatting to your headings to make it. I normally like the blue, black, and white. So this is blue, black. No, I always prefer the color rather should be blue, black. Then the writing should be white. Yeah. Okay. I think this is good for me though. So one thing I want you to know is that the employee name, the job title, the staff ID, the date of birth, and the hire date, these columns, you are supposed to enter the information there manually yourself. Yeah. So that one, there's no formula. There's no formula for me to give you your employee name. There's no formula for me to give you the job title or staff ID. If a staff ID can generate it though with a formula, but I'm not going to talk about that now. The date of birth and the hire date, you insert that information yourself. But the retirement date, the current age, the remaining years of service, and the years of service, the gender also, male and female, will do a drop-down box. But the date of birth, the retirement, current age, remaining years of service, and the years of service, that one need to be automatically calculated for you. So all you need is this information, then the rest will also be automatically calculated for you. I have a dummy data that I would like us to insert into our data. So let's have its data here for the names. I'll just copy and paste over here. Then the title, I'll talk about the title later. The staff ID, I also have data for the staff ID also. So let me copy all together. The staff ID, the date of birth, and the hire date. So staff ID, date of birth, and hire date. So these are my information. So the main reason why the date is in numbers is because the format has not been changed to date. So I will select the whole column D, come to the home tab, go to general and select date. I can choose short date or long date. I prefer long date, so I'll choose long date. So it gives me the long date. Now I can also select go to home, change the format from general to long date. If you want short date, you can also choose the short date. But the long date gives you more details on when the person was hired, the day, the date, and the year. So that is it for the hire date. So these are all dummy dates. I have my date of birth, I have my hire date, I have the staff ID. Then let me add, I think that the border lines are gone, so let me add the border lines to it. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So you see, for the job title, we are going to apply data validation. I don't want a situation whereby you write manager, then you write HR, then you write accountant, then you write IT. When you're writing it manually, it takes a lot of time. Imagine you are having the data for 500 employees. When I go to get time and write all these things one by one, So how do we do that? So we will create a drop down list whereby we will select instead of writing. So how do we create a drop down list? You come to the home tab, sorry, the data tab rather. You come to this side, data validation, select data validation. You see allow here. Click on this drop down and then choose list. And you click on the source. So we want to know the information that you want to have in the list. So for instance, I'll need job title, I'll need a manager in the first place in my list. Then comma. So the comma separates the things on the list. So I need a manager. Take manager. I also need the HR on the list. I'll need sales personnel or salesperson. Maybe I need an accountant also in the list. I also need is an IT guy. I also need a developer, maybe a security guard. And let me just add, let's say driver. So you see, I'm trying to create a list for my drop down menu. Then I press OK. You see, as soon as I press OK, you can see that a list has come here. You can see the drop down menu. Once I click on it, it gives me a list of the people. So I just select, if the person is a manager, I just select manager. Do you get it? So once you are done for one, then you copy it to all. So I'll copy it to, I'm doing for only 20 names, so I'll copy it to all here. So I can come and select, maybe Eunice is the manager, I select manager. Rejoice is the HR, I select HR. Maybe these people are all salespersons. Maybe 5 people are salespersons. I'll just copy it there like that. Maybe these people are salespersons. Yeah, so that it comes there. Maybe this one will be my accountant. Maybe I have 3 accountants also, so I'll copy to 3 people. Then I'll look for my IT maybe it's only 2. Then I have a developer also. I also have a security guard, maybe 2 security guards, then 2 drivers. You can even search for it inside and copy it down. So this is how to create a list. So there are certain information out there. It's not necessary for you to input the list manually. Just create a drop down list and select and you are good to go. I think we need some for also the gender. So the gender, we need male and female. That's the list. So I come to this side, data validation, select data validation, choose list. Then male, comma female. Those are the 2 things I need on my list. Then I press what? OK. So you could see Eunice is a female. So female. Rejoice F. I can just write F, it will come. It's a male. I have males. Females. Sorry. Okay, I'm supposed to copy the formula. So once I do for one, I have to copy it all. They all become female, so I can change it instantly. I can just delete these ones. Okay. Then female. This is a male. 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 Then this is a female rather. So I'll just write the first letter. So these are the males and the females in my organization. So you see, gender and job title, you can create a drop down menu and use it to what? To select your what? Information. Now we are left with the retirement date, the current age, the remaining years of service, and the years of what? Service. And this one, so I go to input a formula that will automatically calculate all these things for us. We won't input it manually. So just watch and see how we do it. Okay, so we are going to learn how to calculate the retirement date. I'll start with the retirement date, the current age, the remaining years of service, and the years of service. So let's start by calculating the retirement date. Anytime you want to calculate the retirement date, first you need the date of birth. So without the date of birth, you can't know the retirement date. So you need a date of birth, which we have. So you look for a function called e-date. So start with an equal to sign and look for a function called e-date. Now I can see two arguments, start date and month. So the start date is when the person was born, so the date of birth. So I'll click on that cell because that cell contains the date of birth. And I press comma and realize that they're asking me for the month. So the month has to do with the years. So for instance, let's assume that the retirement age is 60 years. And I want to type 60 years, but I can't write 60 because when I write 60, it will give me months. So what do? I multiply 12. 12 is 1 year. 12 months is 1 year. So 12 times 60, which will give me 60 years. So you are comparing from when the person was born to when the person will get 60 years. That's why the start date is the date of birth. And the month is 12 times 60 to get the number of, to get 60 years because Excel is not taking years, it's taking months. So if I want 60 years, I have to multiply 12 months, which is 1 year, times 60, which will give me 60 years. And I close the parenthesis and I press enter. Now when you press enter, you realize I get a number. Reason being that the format is not in date. So I'll highlight the whole column, come to the home tab, come to general, and click on long dates. And you realize that, so this person was born in 1964, but he will retire at 20, so that means that by 2024, 13 forgets, he will be 60 years. So that's how to calculate for retirement. Then you copy it down, you can double click, so I copies all the data. When you see this hashtag, it just means that the data is too long, so you can just double click here to extend the width of the column. So you get it like this here. So all these ones are the retirement date of your employees. Once you copy the formula, that you see everything there. So this is about for my 20 employees. You get it. Then we are done with the retirement date. Then we'll move to the age. If you want to know the age, you use the function called dated if. So you search for dated if. And one thing about dated if, you might not see it in your functions, but still write it like this in capital letters. Open the parenthesis. Now, dated if has 3 arguments. Have this in mind, even though you are not seeing the arguments there. So the first argument is the start date. So the start date will be when the person was born. So I'll click on that date and I'll press comma. The second argument is the end date. So you see, I want to know the person's current age. In other words, when the person was born to the current age, that is today. So I'm going to use the today function. So I'll search for today. You see today. Search for the function called today. You can see it there. Press the parenthesis and close the parenthesis. Then comma. Then the last function is the unit. I want the number in years. So I put it to quotation marks. Why? That means I want the answer in years. If I want it in months, I write M. So what I'm trying to tell Excel to do is that he should compare the date of birth to the current day, which is today. That gives you what? The person's current what? Age. And you want it in years. That is why you see it in quotation marks. Why? Close the parenthesis. You press enter. You are good to go. So this person is 61 years old. Then you copy it down. So this is the person's age, 61 years. So that's how to calculate the current age of your employees. Then let's move to the years of service before I come to the remaining years of service. Now the years of service, you want to know how many years a person has worked in the organization. You get it? So if you want to use the years of service, you use the same dated if. So dated if. Open a parenthesis. I've showed the 3 arguments. Start date. Now next time around, we want to know the number of years a person has worked in the organization. So the start date will be the hire date when the person was hired, not when the person was giving birth or when the person was born. When the person was hired, that will be the start date. Then you compare it to today. How many years the person has worked. So you search for the function today function. You see it there. Today. Close the parenthesis. Then I want it in years, so comma. Then I'll put Y. Then I close the parenthesis. So what I'm trying to tell Excel is to compare when the person was hired to today, which is the current day. How many years has the person worked? So the person has worked for 11 years since he was hired in the company. Now I will just copy it here. Then you can see people have worked for 28 years, even for 30 years exactly. So these are how you can calculate for the years of service. So we're going to learn how to know the remaining years of service. But I don't just want to know the remaining years of service. I want to know the remaining years and the remaining months and the remaining days, not just the years. And how are we going to do that? We are going to use the dated if function. So you look for the function dated if. You know you won't get it, so write all in caps. Dated if. Open the parenthesis yourself. Remember that the first argument is the start date. Now, if you want to know the number of years that the person is left to retire, what do? You compare the current date or the current day to the retirement date. So let's assume that I'll be retiring in 2030. Now for the 2030, and currently we are in 2026. So I'll compare my current day or the current year, which is 2026, to the retirement date, which is 2030. That will give me 4 years. So the start date will be the current day. So that will be today. So you search for the function today. Then close the parenthesis, press comma. Then the end date will be the retirement date. Yes. Then the comma, the last one is the unit. I want years, so I'll put it into quotation marks. Why? So this one will give you the number of years the person is left to work. So I'll close the parenthesis and I'm done. Now I am getting number error is because the person is 61 years. I mean the person has retired. So I'm going to use the if error function. So I'll come here and use the if error. So the if error, you can see it has two values, value and value if error. The value is the formula, so that one don't touch it, then press comma. So what if it gives you an error? What do you want to see? Maybe if it gives me an error, I want to see retired. So I'll put it to quotation marks retired. So that's the meaning of the value if error. So in other words, when you input your formula and get an error, what do you want to see? I want to see retired, so I'll just, it gives me retired. Then I'll copy the formulas down. Yeah. So those that are above 60 years are retired. Let me center it. So you see, this one is 53 years. And the retirement age is 60. But I can see that the remaining years is 6. Why? Because there can be some other months, remaining months. See, the person will retire on April. And as I'm doing the video, we are in June. So the person won't retire in exactly 7 years. It is 6 years and some months and some days. So I've just done for the years. So you can only see 6. So I want us to add the word years. So you can use the ampersand function. Ampersand function combines things together. So let me use the first one. So let me come here. Currently, let me take the if error. I'll do the if error last. So let me take it off for now. That will be the last thing I will do. So let me take it off for now. Yeah. So I'll copy it to the top. So it gives me the number error. But you should understand why it's giving me that. Yeah. So let me use that same. So I'm going to use the concatenate function. So when I use this function, I get the years. So if I want to add years, I'll use the ampersand function. That means you're comparing the answer that you get into quotation mark years. Let me use years. Yes. And you're good to go. So what I'm trying to tell Excel, is that whatever I get, combine it with years, and you're good to go. So let me copy the formula down. You can see I have 6 years. Now you can see for the 6 years, so the years is closer to the number, so I can equally come here again, change it. Let me put a space in between the years and the quotation marks. Let me put a space and let's see something. Because there are diverse ways of doing this thing. So you realize that there is now a space. So now I've gotten the 6 years. What if I want to know the month also? So now that I have the years, I'm going to use the dated if. So I'm going to combine using the ampersand. I'm going to use the ampersand. Sorry for that. I'm going to use the ampersand because I want to know the month. So I'm going to use the same dated if formula. So you can even copy it. Don't copy the equal to sign, do copy it. Then paste it here. So this will give you for the month. So you change the Y. You want to know the remaining month after the years. So if you want to know the remaining month after years, you write YM. Instead of Y, it will be YM. So it gives you remaining months after years. Then the years, since this one is for months, you change it to months. Yes. Then, so this for the month. Then I want to add days. So I'll use the concatenate function again. Copy the formula again. Because I want days now. Copy the formula. I'll paste it here. So I don't want years. I want now the remaining days after month. So that will be MD. Remaining days after month. That will be the MD. Then I'll combine it with this. And we are good to go. So this one gives you the month, the years, the month, and the days together. So the Y gives you the years. The MD gives you the month after the years is deducted. And the YM rather. Then the MD gives you the days after the month is deducted. Then you press enter and we are good to go. So you could see I was doing it here. So let me copy the formula to the top. Then we copy it down again. So I do all, yes. So I realized that the days are together. So let me put space in between the days. So there will be a space in between. Then you are good to go. Okay. You are good to go. Now just copy. Then you get the actual thing that you want. Then I'll apply the if error last. So if error. In case there's an error, press comma here. So I get the value if error. And you want to see retard. Then you're good to go. Oh, I think I did it here, brother. So let me copy it to the top. So always do it at the first cell. Then you are good to go. So that's how you can find the remaining years of service. So you can know the number of years, months, and days the person is left to retire. So we are done with our data. Everything is intact. So I have 20 employees. You can copy the formulas down so that anytime you add an employee, everything will be. So don't forget to copy all the formulas down. Or you can even create a table. Once you create a table, it will affect all the empty columns. So take note of that. So after you are done with the database now. But before we move to the dashboard, we need to do some calculations. That's why the settings is there. So when you go to the settings tab, you can see small calculations that we'll be doing. This information, we'll have to display it on the dashboard. So we need the total number of employees, total males, total females, the percentage males, the percentage females, the average age, and the average years of services. And I'm going to calculate that using a function. So if I want to know the total employees, I'll use the function called count A. Now count A counts the number of cells that are not blank or any cell that is not empty. Count A counts it. So I'm going to count it. So we are going to reference it to the database because that's where the information is. So I click the database and I select A. So I can select it to the end. Yeah. Because maybe once I'm adding more employees, you realize that it will automatically calculate. So I've just sent it to, and then we'll be using the formula bar to work. You get it? So you are going to count all the number of cells that are not empty in the database sheet. So you close the parenthesis, you press enter. So I have 20 people on my list. I want to know the total meals. So I want to count the number of meals. So I'm going to use a count if. I'm counting with a condition. I'm going to use a count if function. So equal to search for count if. So the range, now asking which column contains the information that you want. And if I want to know the range, that's the gender, because that's why you see males or females. So that will be the range. So I'll select the range. I'll remember that the information is at the database sheet. So I'll come to the database sheet. Come and select the range. So the range will be my gender column. So I'll just select the whole thing here. So I'll press here. So I select everything. So you see I is to I. That means I selected all the I column. So that's the range. And the criteria, what am I looking for? I'm looking for males or male. So I'll put it to quotation mark, male. So I'm telling Excel to count the number of people who are male. So Excel will look through the gender column and count those who are labeled male. Then you press enter. So you have 16 males. So you can copy the same thing. I can copy the formula here. Then paste it here. The same formula, but you change the male to female. Female, the same thing. Then you have 4. So the total males and the total females should give you total employees. Now the percentage males. So the percentage males equal to, we'll do some small mass here, will be the total number of males, which is 16. So that's a cell divided by the total employees. Then times 100. So that's 80%. I think I want to see the percentage. So let me take the 100 off. So I'm getting 0.8. I will show you why I'm getting that. Then you copy for the same also. No, let's do for the females also. So the number of females is 4. So the cell C5 divided by 20. Then I press enter. That's 0.2. So I can press the 0.8 and change it to percent. You can see the percentage sign there, change it to percentage. So you can see I have 80%. Change it to percentage. You can see I have 20%. So that's the percent. That means your staff, my staff, I have 80% male, 20% female. Then the average age. So you're going to calculate the average age. You're going to use a function called average. So average age. You can see average there. References. So go to the database. I want the age, so I'll select this side. Everything. Then press, sorry. So that's it. So average of the database, gene to gene, press enter. So the average age in my organization is 45 years. That means people are really growing old in the organization. So I need to employ the youth or the young people. So the average age in my company is 45 years. Then average years of service. So average. Then come to the database, select the years of service, the whole column JJ. Close the parenthesis, and you are good to go. So the average years of service is 21 years. So I can just take the decimals off by clicking on this side, decrease decimal. So I'll just take the decimals off. So that means the average years of service is 21 years. It means that people spend a lot of years working in my organization. So these are the information that you will need now. If anything comes in mind, we will solve it though. But these are the information that we need now for our dashboard. Then we'll also do some graphs for our dashboard. We are now going to begin with the dashboard. That's the last thing. So you come to the dashboard sheet. And I'm going to show you how to create dashboard from the scratch in Microsoft Excel. So what I'm going to do here, first, you don't need these grid lines. We'll take the grid lines off. So you come to the view tab, then take the grid lines off. So uncheck the grid lines so that it goes off. Okay. Then we're going to start by inserting shapes. So go to the insert tab, go to shapes. I prefer rounded rectangle, so I can click on it. And this is how I'm going to draw the shape. So I want to draw the shape. This will be where the heading will be. So something like this. Yeah. Then you can also copy and paste, Control C, Control V. We also need another shape. Let me size this one small. We also need another shape here. Somewhere like this. I will show you what we'll use those things for. So we started building our dashboards. Something like this. So if you prefer rounded rectangles, you can use it. If you prefer a rectangle, you can also use it. Yeah, something like this is fine. Then Control C, Control V. So we are just doing the shapes now. So I also need one small one where you put the company's logo here. So let me resize it. It is where the company's logo will be. Somewhere here. Should be fine. Yeah. Then Control C, Control V also. We will need where our main information will be. So we'll need this type of, we'll need like 5. This type of shape, like 5. Yeah. We'll have the general information, what we did in the settings. This is where the information will be. So I can copy and paste, Control C, Control V. So yeah. So for now, I just drawing the shapes. Make sure that your internet is connected to, your laptop is connected to the internet, because we will be using the internet to insert icons. Okay, so this is how we're still creating a dashboard from scratch. The main reason why I want you to copy and paste so that the sizes will be equal. Otherwise, if you don't do it like that, other sizes will be bigger than the other. Just will have our general information. Then I think we'll need a rectangle now. So you're going to insert a rectangle where we'll put our graphs. So shapes come to rectangle. So let's see. We want something like this. So we need like 6. Control C, Control V. Let me resize this one small. Yeah. Okay. So this is the process. Dashboard takes time because it has to be very nice. So this is a process that you go through to create your dashboard. So it has to be very, very nice and visible also. Okay. So now this will be for the other ones. Yeah. Any other information that we want to put here, we'll try and put it here. Some of the rectangles, we'll be expanding them, so take note of that. So how you want the layout of your information, I'm just choosing this layout. Maybe I'll do 1 year, something long like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think this should be fine. Let me insert one of these ones also here. Control V. Then we are good to go. Okay, so we are still editing. So now I go to format the shapes now. So learn how to format shapes. I want these ones to be white. So click on the shape, like the way I've clicked on this shape. Once you click on the shape, you see shape format here. Click on the shape format. Then come to the shape outline. First, come to the fill and do the fill white. For that one, I prefer blue black rather for the heading. I would prefer blue black. Yes. So I prefer blue black. You can choose any color you want. But this one's, or we are going to choose white. So shape format. The shape fill, choose white. Once you choose white, come to the shape effect. Then choose one with shadow. I prefer one with a shadow. So any one that you want. Whatever shadow that you want, you can get it. There are different types. You can choose 3D also. Whatever you want the shape to be like. So I prefer shadows. It makes it so interesting. Yeah. Then I can also take the shape outline off. So I'll do no outline. So let's see. So something like this should be fine. So this is what I need for all of them. So it doesn't mean I should do it one by one. I can just click on this one, come to the home, and select this format printer. So click on it and you format it. You see, it becomes the same. So you can use the format printer to format all your shapes. You don't have to necessarily do it one by one. So you're going to literally do it for almost every shape. Every shape. For every shape. I want everything to be white. Apart from the heading. Okay. So yeah. So we are gradually building our dashboard. Then we are good to go. So know the essence of the format painter. Whatever format that you use, is to just paste the same thing. I think this one, I prefer blue black for this. So let me use this one. Okay, so this is how my data will be. We are done with the shapes for now. So now we are done inserting the shapes and we are going straight to inserting text. So we need to name the dashboard HR Analytics dashboard. So what do? You go to insert. Then once you click on the insert tab, look for text box. So you can see text box here. Click on the text box. Then draw the text box inside. Then name it HR Analytics dashboard. Okay. Then you highlight it. Increase. I normally like using, for headings, I like using area black. Then increase the size. I think this should be fine. So you see, once you are done, you realize that I want this background color. The background color is white, and I want the background color to go. So what am I going to do first? I'm going to change the color of the text to white. So just watch and see. So I'll change it to white. Come to this side, change the text to white. So you realize that the text fits the background color, but you don't see anything. So I'm going to change the background color also. Click on this, the shape also, and come to shape format. Then go to the shape fill and check the no fill. So when you check the no fill, you could see that it's now brightened now. The background color is gone. But you can see there's a line around it. And I want that line to also go. So what do? I come to that line is called the outline. So what do? I come to the shape format, go to shape outline, and check no outline. Check no outline. And mine hasn't been checked. So shape outline. What's wrong? So you come to shape format, click on the shape outline, and check the shape outline. Yeah, that's it. So once I check, realize that the outline or the line is now gone now. So this is what I was trying to achieve. So I can just position it very well. So this will be our HR analytics dashboard. So we are slowly building our dashboard. Let me increase the size more. Okay, good to go. Let's get an icon also. So you come to insert. I'm going to deal with icons right now. Come to insert icon. Make sure you're connected to the internet. Okay, so once it comes, let's look for, let's say, a building. So let me search for building. Okay, so you can choose one for the icon. So let me just choose this, just one, and I will insert it. Okay, so I can just put it somewhere here. You can change the color also. Right click on it, come to the field and change it to white also. And you are good to go. So something like this. Yeah, so this will be our icon for our dashboard. Okay, so take note of that. Let me also insert my logo. So I'll come to pictures, place over cells, then click on this device because my picture is in a device. Okay, so I have my picture here. I will insert it. Okay, so let me change the size. Let me reduce the size. Okay. So I think for my icon, the background, I'll need a white background. So let me format this one. Yeah. So I'll place mine on it. Just extra small, then put it there. So this is my logo also. Okay, so we are gradually building our HR analytics dashboards. Okay, so now let's look for text boxes now. I'm going to insert various text boxes. So come to insert text, click on text box. So we'll need one here on each of them. This I will name this one total employees. To total employees. Total employees. So I'm going to copy and paste the text box. Control C, Control V. We'll need it for each of them. With different, we'll edit it though, so don't worry. We'll do it one by one. Okay. So let's deal with the total employees first. So total employees, let's take the outline. So come to shape format and take the outline off from, so you don't see the line around it. Something like this here. So you realize total employees. And move it up small. You can also take the shape fill also off to make things better. So take the shape fill also off. No fill. Okay. Then let's now insert an icon that will represent total employees. So let's look for an icon called people. So come to insert icons. Now look for people. So I prefer this. I will insert it here. That'll be my icon for people. Let me shift this one to the top small. So people. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now, let's do something for number of meals. So number, or let me just say meals. Then select this one, females. The next one will be average age. This one will be average experience. Average experience. Then I think these are the information that will be putting the average age, average years of service also. So that's the average experience. That's the average years of service. So for now, these are the 4 things that we will see what we can do. And each of them should have an icon. You get it? So we are going to do each of them an icon. So let me format this shape, format it and apply it to all of them though. Or you don't just change I just have to change the outline, that's all. So format, shape format, outline. Let's go to no outline. So the line goes off. You can see now. So click on the shape format. Check no outline. So we will take off the lines from no outline, no outline, no outline, no outline, no outline, no outline. So you do this for every other. Let me do this thing for the last. Every other shape. So now let's apply the icons to the respective headings. So we are done with the total employees. Let's look for male also. So let's adjust it small, then search for an icon. So we need male and we need female. So let's select all those ones at once to save time. So go to people and search for people. I will need this one for my female. So I'll just click on it. And I'll need this one for my male. I'll just click on it. Then I'll need the average experience. So now I'll need search for brain. For average experience, I'll go with this icon. So you see, I've inserted 3 so far. Then I think average age. Let me go with some charts. Let me search for charts and see what comes. So average age. Let me use this chart, but I can use any other. So I've inserted 4. So I'll click on insert. Then they all come. Then I'll separate them myself. So be very careful of this. So I'll separate them myself. This is for age. This is for female. This is for male also. So the male, I'll put it here. I'll just resize it. And this will be my male. The number of males will be here. And female also will be here. And to make sure that I also turn off the no fill. Very important. Okay, so okay, that's fine. Then put the female here also. The male, to push it here. So make sure you check off the shape fill and the shape outline. Do it no fill and no outline. Okay. So you have for the female also. And the average experience, average age. We are putting this one there. Average age, you are putting this one there. So you see, we even have to extend. Let me delete these ones from there. You understand why I'm doing that? Especially for the males and female, we will need the percentage also. And the shape is too small, so we'll extend that one very soon. So let me bring it here. Okay, so somewhere here, then you insert the female. Because the male, I want us to increase it. Somewhere like this here. So same thing also apply to females also. So we add the percentage together. I think that's fine. Just make some small shifting, then you're good to go. Okay. So the average age also, we'll just increase it small. Same way as the average experience also. We'll just increase it small here. So somewhere like this should be fine. Okay, so make sure your text should be no fill. Then let's put the icon there now. So this will be for average age. And this will be for experience. That's the average experience. Yeah. Okay. So I think you are gradually building our dashboards. Now for the male and female, we will need a number of males and a percentage. So we have to draw a line in between. So come to insert, shapes, choose line. Yeah. So I'm going to set a line somewhere here in the middle. Somewhere here should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Then just make it black. Though. Come to shape format and do it black. Select black. I think that's it. So you can just copy and paste one at the female also. You just paste one at the female also. Okay. Then we are good to go. So one will be for the number of males and the percentage number of males. Okay. All right. So that is it. Now let's now put in the numbers now. How do we put in the numbers? Remember that this is not a cell that will reference. You are going to also use a text box also. So let's insert a text box also. So let's start with the total employees now. Also, I'll insert a text box, so I'll put the number inside, and I'll show you how we'll do that. Okay. So you can see they're asking, there's a text blinking or the cursor blinking inside the words, the text box. Now, move the mouse pointer to the formula bar. Click equal to. Then reference it to the total number of employees at the settings. So come to settings and click on the cell that has total employees. That's the 20. So you can see at the top the equal to settings. So you are referencing it. Press enter and you are good to go. So you are now going to format it. Increase the, let me give it area black. Then I'll increase area black. Yeah, then I'll increase it. So that's it. Then we'll change the color of the number. So the color of the number, so let me just go to home. So the color of the number, let's do it. You can do brown, you can do any other color that you want. Let me choose this color. Yeah. Okay, so I think let me just increase. Okay, I think this will be fine. Then make sure that the shape format, you remove the outline from inside. So outline, go to no outline. Then the same format also, go to no fill. Then we are good to go. So you realize that our total number of employees is what? Is 20. If another employee is added, you realize that it will increase. So let me add another employee. Let's see, Ishmael. Once I add one name, realize that it will increase to 21. You get it? So once you are making any updates, it will increase automatically. So that's for the total employees. So that is it. So let me just take the name off. Then it comes back to 20. Okay. So that's for the number of males. So we are going to copy and paste these ones. So Control C, Control V. So we need one for year also, the females. Control V. We need one for the percentage also. So let's paste a lot. Now we'll make the actual changes though. So one for there. I also need 1 year. Then one for also the average. Then Control V. Another one for the average experience. So you are going to just change the reference. So you can see we made the changes here at the formula bar. So just clear it, leave the equal to sign. Now go to the database. Now you want males, number of males rather. Sorry, settings, number of males. Click on this cell now. Now we have 16. Okay, so let's do the Then we'll format it again. This one also, we want a percentage male. So come to data settings. Percentage male is here, 80%. Click on it. Here also, settings, we want female, so I'll reference it to this side. C7. Alright, this is for number of females rather, not percentage. So number of females. So the number of females, you have 4. Yeah. Then the percentage females also. I'll just reference it to this side. Then you are good to go. Then average age also. So for the average age, we also have the calculation here, 45. And the average experience, we'll change the references. So change the references to 21. And we are good to go. So let's now apply the formatting now so that it comes back. So come to Format Painter, apply it on the 16. I don't want us to be doing this thing one by one. Oh. So let me apply it once again and see. If you're not careful, if you don't do it step by step, exactly. So then you format. So you will do this for all. It for the percentage, I want us to change the color and make it a little bit small, not bigger like this. So we can change the color to a different color. And I can choose purple. Let me see whether purple works here. And reduce the size. That's why you are not seeing the percentage sign there. So let's reduce the size. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So we know then the female. So let's apply the same formatting to the female. Okay. So this is for. So we are done with the main headings now, whereby we have our total employees should be 16, to be 20, male is 16, 80% male, females are 4, 20% females. The average age is 45 and the average experience is 21 years. So we are still building our dashboard. Now we are now left to put in some graphs and some charts and we are good to go. Okay, so we are going to now insert our graphs. So when I look at the data, we'll be adding some information to the data so I can get a lot of infographics. So when we look at the data, one of the information I want us to have is the number of people who are males, the number of people who are salespersons, the number of people who are accountants, how many IT people do you have? So the job count, that's what I want to do. And in order to do that, we have to create a table for it with formulas so that we can create a chart. So at any time there's any changes, it happens in real time. So let's create a table for job count and the number of people. So what do? I need the extent. So for instance, you can see these are the job people that I have. I have manager. These are the people I have. I want them. So I have to copy them. So what are we going to do now? We're going to use the unique function to extract. So the unique function will give you, it will return the unique values from a range or from an array. So if I want all the job titles, I just use a unique function, go to the database and select everything. this side and press enter, you realize that it gives me the unique or the job title of each person. So it's not going to give me the duplicates like the way you see here. You can see salesperson almost 5 times. It will just give me a unique value of them. So that's it. Now, once you copy, remember that it's a formula. So copy it and we'll paste it as value. So copy it again, then right click, then paste as values 1, 2, 3, so that the formula goes off. So now we are done. So now it's no longer a formula again. It's now text. So now we have the distinct values. So you're going to use the count if function to count the number of manager that we have, the number of HR that we have. So we're going to use equal to count if. So count if, what is the range? Now the range has to do with which column do we find the job title is, or which column do we find the title inside? It's in the job title column. So we are going to reference the database and select the whole of the job title. And you can come back. So that is no, you don't have to come back because remember that the settings have to be, the range has to be the database, not settings. So select everything in the database. Let's make the changes at the formula bar. Press comma, then the criteria. What criteria do they want? Then come back to the sheet, the setting sheet. Then this is the criteria I want, manager. So click on the manager. Then you are good to go. So what you are trying to tell Excel to do is that it should check the database list and count the number of people who are what? Managers. So that will be your criteria. Press enter, we have 1. Then copy the formula. Copy the formula. And to give you the exact number of people that we have. Then we create a graph. So you select the information and you create a graph from it. So insert. So I come to recommended chart. Excel will give you a chart that you want. Yeah, so you can use the clustered column chart also to know. So press OK. Then you are good to go. So you can give a title to your data. So let's say somebody will say job count, job title count, or whatever information or title you want to give it. Then I'll also I want the numbers to come at the top of each bar. So it's called data label. So you come to this side. No, I don't think it's this side rather. So for data labels, okay, come to this side rather. The chart element, click on it. You can see data labels. So check on the data labels. You see the numbers on top. So if you have the numbers on top, then there's no need for the what? The vertical axis. That's the y-axis. So I'm going to uncheck that. So you come to axis. You click on it. You can see the vertical. Uncheck that. You realize that it's gone. And I want to take the lines off. So I'll take the lines off. And realize that it's now what's gone. And there are different styles that you want for the graph. Different styles. So any style that you want, you can choose and you are good to go. So now I have my information here. I'll just Control X. I'll cut and paste it here. So paste at the dashboard. Control V. Yeah, so I have to delete this once. Yeah, so I can get ample space. So I'll extend this one. So I can place this one on top. Yeah. So this is my job title count. Yeah. So I can state for me how many HR people I have. I have only 1 HR. Salespersons are more. IT people are 2. Developer is 1. Security guard is 2, among others. So if I insert a new person in the data, so you can see, let me insert. So let's go back to the information. You see the accountant is 3 now. Now let me insert a manager. So let me insert a name, Evans Popo. Then manager. We have only one manager, so I'm inserting another manager again. Now look at what happens. You realize that the employees is now 21 and the manager is now 2. So you see, as you are updating the list, you realize that it's changing in real time. That's why I prefer for us to do tables and link the graph to it. So I think that is it. So this one will be there. It shouldn't be deleted. Once it's deleted, the information become redundant. So take note of that. So we are done with the first job title or the first infographic. So we will move to the second one. Now, on the second one, I want to know the number of people who have retired and those who are active. So let's come to the database and create a column for it. So status of employees, so status. So let's create a column for it. So just insert. So I'll name here status. So the status of employees. So you can see that we have the validation, so I have to take it off. So I'll highlight everything here or everything in the cell. Go to data, data column, data validation. No. Then the any value. So do it any value now. Yeah, it should be on any value. And okay. Okay. So I'm going to create a formula that will know those who are retired, those who are active. So what will I do? I'll use the if function. So if this cell is equal to retired in quotation marks, comma, if the value is true, what do I want to see? I want to see retired. So in quotation marks. Now what if it's not true? Then I want to see active. I think that's it. Okay. So you can know those who are active and those who are not active. You can copy the formulas down once you add other people. Yes, I think that is it for. Then let's do the graph for it. So let's do retired. This one I only to so you can type the retired and active. Then we use the count if to count them. So count if the range is the database. This side, the status. Then press comma. Then what is the criteria? The criteria will be retired. Then you are good to go. So 2 people are retired. Copy the formula down. 18 people are what? Active. So you can create the graph, insert graph here. You can choose recommended. Yeah. So you can take this one. Okay. So you can take this one to give us our graph now. So you can edit the graph. I'll check off the grid lines. I don't want grid lines also. I prefer data labels. So I like data labels. The numbers should be there. Then the axis also, I'll take off once I have data labels, let me take off the horizontal from there. Yeah. I think that will be it. Let me see whether I can get a different style. So let me click on it. Get a different style. You can choose the one with color also. You get it. And get a different style. Let me take this one. Yeah, so any other. So I can name this one status count. then we are good to go. So I'll just cut Control X, then also come and paste it here. And take this one off and extend this one. And paste this here. So let's reduce the size. I think this should be fine. Can change make a no outline. So the line goes off. Yes, like something like this. Let me take the outline also off. Come to take the line off. I can even take the fill off if it's not needed. You see, but I think I'll need it too. But there are different types of chart titles. The chart designs, you can come here and choose any chart design of your choosing. Yeah, any chart design of your choosing. I think I'll prefer this rather. Yeah, with the white background. And let me take the grid lines off. Then the axis also off. The horizontal one also off. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Yeah. So I think the outline is also showing. So let me take that one also off. We can no outline. Okay. So this is fine now. So this is my status count. Okay, so we are still building our dashboard. We are left a few infographics that will build and we are good to go. The next thing I want us to know is, I want us to create an age group whereby we can know those in their 40s, those in their 30s, those in their 20s, and so on and so forth, and those above 60. So I think we need another column also. So let's go to the database. Let's put a column here. So let's insert a column here. So age group. So I'm going to create a formula whereby if you are 60 and above, you see 60 and above there. If it's 53, if you're in the 50s, you see 50 to 59. So we're going to use the if function. So we are saying if any number that's in this cell, if it's greater than 0, we're going to use nested ifs. If you don't understand nested ifs, you can go to my intermediate video. I explain nested if. So if this cell is greater than or equal to 60, that is 60 and above, what do I want to see? So if the value is true, I want to see 60 in quotation marks, 60 and above. Remember, you can watch here at the formula part to make things easier for you. So if G2 is greater than or equal to 60, what do I want to see? I want to see 60 and above. But if it's false, that's why you add another if. So if it's false, what do I want to see? So that's what I mean by the nested if. Putting in different if in one statement. So if it's false, then G2 else. So the false means else. So if 60 is, if G2 is greater than or equal to 60, I want to see 60 and above. Else, if G2 is greater than or equal to 50, I want to see it quotation marks 50 to 59, comma, else, if another if comes in, if G2 is greater than or equal to 40, if the value is true, I want to see 40 to 49, comma, else, that's the value is false. If G2 is greater than or equal to 30. If it's true, I want to see 30 to 39. 30 to 39. Else, if G2 is greater than 20, greater than or equal to 20. If it's true, I want to see 20 to 29. But if all these conditions are not met, so that means that if it's less than 20, what do you want to see? Maybe I want to see minor or whatever you want. So if all these conditions are not met, what do you want to see? I want to see minor. Then close the parenthesis. I think you are good to go. Press enter. So I copy the formula down and I have my age groups. So create all the name, a table for it also. So let's use a unique. No, I don't think we should use a unique. We can just write it ourselves. 60 and above, then 50 to 59, 40 to 49, 30 to 39, 20 to 29, and minor. Yeah, so we are creating another table for our chart. So now if I want to know the number, I'll use the count if. So count if the range, go to the database, select the age group, press comma, come back to the settings. What's the criteria? The criteria that I'm asking for, I want to see 60 and above. You press enter, you're good to go. So those who are 60 and above are 2. Copy the formulas down, then you are good to go. So you see, this information can tell us a lot, whether most of our staffs are nearing retirement or we have a lot of youth in our organization. So we can select it now, then create a chart. So insert a chart. You can click on this small arrow to give you all the options. So let's go for this one, the funnel chart. Yeah, I like it a lot. So funnel chart, and I think we are good to go. Here's the funnel. Yeah, so press OK. So we have our funnel chart also. So we are going to edit the chart as usual. So the editing, let's see what you can do. Now you can add some. The data labels are already there. Yeah, I think this one. Let's see whether I can get styles, different charts. Go to the chart design at the top here. Whether I can get different charts. If you're choosing, I think the charts here are not enough. Okay, so let's stick to this one. So age group, you can change the title to age group. Okay. So let's copy. Let's cut Control X, and let's paste it here. Yeah, so let's also take this one off. So let's put this one also here. So we have, so that means that this data is trying to tell us something. That, let me take the outline also off. No outline. Select no fill also. Okay, so I think we are done there. So this chart tells us a lot that we have a lot of people who are nearing retirement, who are in their 50 to 59. two people are sitting and above, and so on and so forth. So let's create another visual. Yeah, two visuals, and we are done with the visual side. So let me paste this thing here. We are done with the visual side. So let's create a pie chart for the gender. Yeah, so the gender or the male and female. Let's create a pie chart for it. So let's come to, I think for that one, the information is already here, so you can just select it. Insert pie chart. So we are looking for pie chart. Yeah, so a pie chart. There are many. Like I said, so I prefer the donuts. The donuts also. And I press OK. I can see whether there are other styles. The styles gives you the percentage though, which I already have on the sheet. So I can still include it. It doesn't matter. So the chart designs, there are a lot. There are a lot though. Right? So I prefer this. So I'll copy, I'll cut, and I'll paste it here for so I don't need a chart title, so I'll just take it off. And we are good to go. Okay. So let me take off the chart, the format, the outline, and then check it off. And the shape fill, let me check it off. Okay. So I think we are done with this one. And the last one, there are lots of information I can derive from. So let me just deal with the last one. Let's imagine I want to know the months that people were born in. Yes, so I can create a column beside it. So I know whether I have a lot of January borns or February borns. So insert months. I can name a month. And I can use, if I want to extract only the month from the data, I can use the text function. Text function. They ask for the value. So the value, I'll click on this one. And the format, the text, what's the format I need? I want only the month. So put into quotation marks and write 4N. So it extracts the month for you. Then you are good to go. Copy it. So I can know the number of people who are dealing with. Okay, so I think that is it. And also I want to create a column for maybe those who are on contract and those who are on permanent or those who are doing national service. So I can also create a column for that anywhere if you're choosing. So I can give it work status. Then I can create a data validation. There's one already there, so I have to take it off. So I come to data validation. So there's one already there. So I can take it off and build my own. So I just need contract, permanent, let's say national service, NSS. Yeah. So I press OK. And I select. So this can be permanent, permanent, contract. Maybe national service. So permanent contract, permanent, permanent contract, permanent contract, permanent contract. Okay. So now I want to, this will be the last visual that I will do. I want to know the number of people who are doing contract and the number of people who are doing permanent. So let's create a table for it also here. So I need contract. Contract, permanent, and NSS. Then I'll use the count if to count the number. So count if. You ask for the range. The range will be the work status, comma. Then they ask for criteria. Criteria is contract, which is in this cell. So press enter. You have 8. Copy it and we are good to go. How? Okay. So the permanent, I think the spelling is wrong. That's why. So permanent. And we are good to go. Select the data, then insert a graph. So we can choose, there are a lot of graphs here. We can choose a bar graph or the tree map. Whatever waterfall is also here. Yeah, whatever. Well, let me go with the bar chart then. I'll go with this side. And we are good to go. So I can name this one work status. Okay. So I think I'll change. There are a lot of signs here, so anyone I prefer, I can go by it. Let me just take this one. Take the guidelines off. Then remove. I'll just cut it. Then paste it here on my dashboard. And we are good to go. So what data that you want, you can place it here. Then we are done. Okay, so let me just take off the grid lines also, the outline, and the fill also. Yeah, I think you are good to go. So we are literally almost 95% done with our dashboard. So the last thing I would like to do is to place some buttons here. Yeah, so that if you want to go to a different sheet, you can click on the button. Now let's create some buttons for our sheet so I can navigate through it easily. So we'll create 4 buttons using shapes. So we come to insert, we'll go to insert a shape, a rectangle. So let's draw our rectangle here. Then come to shape format. We will need come to shape effect, come to preset, choose 4. Okay, 4 will be fine, preset 4. Yeah. Then copy and paste. I think we need 2 more. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah. Then we'll name the first one. So come on this one. Edit text. That will be for database. Undo all in caps. Database. Then this one will be for the settings. I think that's the only thing that we need though. But this sheet is not worth it, so let me delete it. And this is where my data is. So that one too is not where it takes. So I'll also delete that one also. Okay. So these tables, I want us to add grid lines to it. Say grid lines, border lines, so that you can differentiate it. So everything, this is the engine room where everything is happening. Yeah. So if somebody alters the information here, it will affect everything. This is the behind the scene. We'll say back end. Everything is happening behind the scenes here. All the calculations happen what's here. Exactly. Okay, so I think that is it for this. So I think I need only two buttons. Yeah. One for database and one for settings. Okay. We are going to assign a macro. That's the last thing I'll talk about. And we are good to go. I'm going to assign a macro. So for the macro, um, macro is when it makes things easier for you. When you want to automate tasks, repetitive tasks I've been doing several times. If you want it to be done at a goal, you use a macro. So I'm going to teach you how to do macro. You go to the developer tab. Then if your developer tab is not there, you can come to file. You can come to file. Then you go to more, go to options. Yes. Then go to advanced. Not advanced rather. Customize. No, yeah, this side. Quick access toolbar. You get it. Then when you come here, you will see them. Or customize ribbon rather. Yeah, customize ribbon. The main tabs, you see developer, then check it, then you press OK. Then you are good to go. So take note of that. If yours is not there, then a tab will come. So you come here, you're going to record a macro. I explain macro in my intermediate video, so you can go and watch it and understand what actually macro means. So I'm going to create a macro. I've recorded a macro. I'll name it database. And I press OK. So the macro has started recording. So I'll just move to the database sheet. That is all. Then I'll stop the macro by going to the developer and write stop recording. And we are good to go. I'll do the same for the settings also. So for that one, the same thing, come to developer, record macro. I'll name it settings or set. Press OK. Settings. Then it's recorded every step that I'm doing. So once I click on this settings sheet, it sends me to the settings sheet. So that's that the computer or Excel has recorded this step. That's the only step I need it for it to record. So I'll just turn it off or stop the recording, come to the developer tab and stop recording. And we are good to go. So we are come to the dashboard. Now I have to assign the macro to this button. So I right click, come to assign macro. Look for the name of your macro, is database. Then press OK. Do the same thing for this. Right click, assign macro, settings. OK. Now take note of something. Anytime I click on database, it will send me to the database sheet. You get it? Anytime I click on settings, it sends me to the settings sheet. So that's the essence of macros. It makes our work so easier for us. So I think we are done with. We can add a nice text. Welcome, whatever name that you have. So let's add a text. Let me copy this. Control C, Control V. Yeah. You can add maybe welcome back. Mr. Francis. Mr. Albert. Let me choose Albert rather. Yeah. Then I think just apply some nice formatting to it. Yeah, So it's welcome back, Mr. Albert. I think it's fine. Okay, so I think this is the end of our HR analytics dashboard. I've given you an idea of how a dashboard looks like. You can, based on this video, you can also create your dashboard and create whatever information that you need. I'm sure you have a different columns. Yeah, so you can create any information that you need so that everything, so you can see everything of your company on just one sheet. Then you can also protect the sheet though. Yeah, especially the settings. Because if somebody tampers with it, you can protect it so nobody touches it anyways. So for that one, you can come to review rather, protect sheet. Don't ask for a password. Make sure you write a password you always remember. Okay. Then you are good to go. So no one can edit anything in the sheet. You get it. So this is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share to your friends and those who are Excel lovers. And let's all continue to make progress. If there's anything I want me to do, please tell me in the comment section and I'll move to you. Thank you for your time. God richly bless you. Excel made easy. Everything is possible.